Last month, an 80-year-old patient named Clara walked into my clinic, leaning heavily on her daughter's arm. She sat down in the chair across from me, looked up with tears in her eyes, and said, "Dr. Herluna, I walk 3 miles every single morning on the neighborhood trail. So why are my legs suddenly buckling under me when I try to stand up from my favorite armchair?" After 30 years of practicing medicine, I hear this exact heartbreak every single week. Millions of older adults believe that walking is the ultimate all-in-one exercise for staying strong and independent after 60. They lace up their sneakers, put in their daily steps, and feel like they are doing everything right. But walking only moves your body forward in a single, straight line. It completely skips the massive stabilizer muscles in your hips, glutes, and lower back that actually hold your body upright and keep you from falling. Clara's daily walks kept her heart and lungs healthy, which is wonderful, but her hip support had quietly withered away in the background. She was walking 3 miles a day, yet she was just one awkward step away from a devastating hip fracture. Today, after 3 decades of treating thousands of active seniors, I am showing you why walking alone is leaving your legs vulnerable, and I am guiding you through the single most powerful home exercise sequence every person over 60 needs to add to their routine. This routine takes less than 5 minutes, requires 0 expensive gym equipment, and you can easily do it right on your living room carpet or even on your mattress before getting out of bed. Before we step into the movements, take a quick moment to drop your age in the comments below and tell me if your knees, hips, or lower back ever feel stiff after a long walk. Reading your stories helps me build every single video directly for your health and independence. To understand why your legs might feel weak despite all your walking, we have to look at how your body actually moves. When you walk, your legs swing forward like pendulums. It is a smooth, efficient movement, but it uses only a small fraction of your total muscle power. The large muscles on the back of your hips, known as your glutes, are designed by nature to be the powerful powerhouse of your entire body. They act like the central foundation pillars of a house. They hold your pelvis level, protect your lower spine from bearing heavy pressure, and absorb the impact every time your foot strikes the ground. But when we sit in chairs, watch television, or ride in cars for hours at a time, those powerful hip muscles quietly go to sleep. Physical therapists often call this dormant glute syndrome. When your glutes go dormant, your body has to force smaller, weaker muscles in your lower back and knees to take over the heavy lifting. That is why so many seniors who walk every day still suffer from constant lower back aching, stiff hips in the morning, and a sudden terrifying loss of balance when stepping off a curb. Walking keeps your motor running, but it does not rebuild those sleeping foundation pillars. That is where the glute bridge comes in. In my 30 years of clinical practice, if I could only prescribe one single exercise for every patient over 60, it would be the bridge. The glute bridge is a simple, gentle movement that specifically targets and wakes up those dormant hip muscles without putting a single ounce of pressure on your standing joints. Here is how to perform it safely and effectively right at home. Begin by lying flat on your back on a comfortable exercise mat, a soft carpet, or even right on top of your bed. Bend your knees comfortably so that your feet are resting flat on the surface, spaced about shoulder width apart. Rest your arms naturally by your sides, with your palms facing down. Before you move, take a deep breath in and relax your shoulders away from your ears. Now, press down gently through your heels, squeeze the muscles in your rear, and slowly lift your hips upward toward the ceiling until your body forms a smooth, straight line from your shoulders all the way to your knees. Pause right at the top for just one brief second, focusing all your attention on feeling those hip muscles engage. Then, with complete control, slowly lower your hips back down to the resting position. That is one complete repetition. Every single time you lift your hips in a bridge, you are sending a direct awakening signal to your central nervous system. You are strengthening your glutes, tightening your deep lower abdominal muscles and rebuilding the hamstrings on the back of your thighs. These are the exact physical engines your body relies on to push yourself up off a deep sofa, climb a flight of stairs without gasping for air or grabbing the handrail for dear life, and step over uneven sidewalks with complete stability. Research in biomechanics shows that strengthening the glutes dramatically improves balance confidence and reduces the rate of falls in older adults by over 40%. When your hips are strong, your brain stops worrying about falling, and you naturally walk with a taller, smoother, and more youthful stride. However, over my 30 years of watching seniors try this at home, I see 3 very common mistakes that can prevent you from getting the full benefit or even cause unnecessary strain. The first mistake is lifting your hips too high by arching your lower back. You do not need to push your hips into the sky like a gymnast. Pushing too high compresses your lower spine, which can lead to pinching or soreness. Lift only until your body makes a comfortable straight line from your knees to your shoulders. The second mistake is pushing through the toes instead of the heels. If you push off your toes, your thigh muscles do all the work and your knees take the strain. Focus all your energy on pressing down firmly through your heels, which forces your rear hip muscles to do the lifting. The third mistake is holding your breath. Many people hold their breath when lifting their hips, which raises blood pressure. Remember to breathe out smoothly as you lift your hips, and inhale gently as you lower back down. If you are just starting out tomorrow morning, keep your goal small and gentle. Do not try to do 50 repetitions on your first day. Start with just 5 slow, controlled bridges. Pay close attention to how your body feels. Mild warmth or a gentle feeling of muscle work in your rear and thighs is a wonderful sign that your body is adapting and building strength. But if you ever feel a sharp, shooting pain in your lower back or knees, stop immediately. Rest for a moment and adjust your foot position. Practicing just 5 to 8 bridges once a day, 4 or 5 times a week, is more than enough to create a massive shift in your leg strength over the next month. Now, while the glute bridge is the undisputed king of hip strength, combining it with 2 simple supporting habits creates a bulletproof foundation for your independence. The second movement I recommend to my patients is the seated leg lift. While sitting upright in a sturdy kitchen chair with your feet flat on the floor, slowly extend one leg straight out in front of you until it is parallel to the ground. Hold it straight for 2 seconds, feel the muscle right above your knee tighten, and then lower it slowly back down. Alternate between your left and right legs for 10 repetitions. This simple chair movement protects the cartilage inside your knee joints and ensures that your legs have the lifting power to get out of deep car seats or low chairs without needing help from anyone else. The third movement in our independence routine is the side tap for side-to-side balance. Most falls after 60 do not happen going forward or backward. They happen sideways when someone trips over a rug or steps to avoid a pet. Standing behind a sturdy chair or holding on to your kitchen counter for safety, keep your posture tall and slowly tap your right foot out to the side. Then bring it back to center. Repeat on the left side. This simple lateral movement targets the gluteus medius, a smaller muscle on the side of your hip that acts like an emergency brake whenever you lose your footing. Doing just 10 side taps each morning trains your brain and ankles to catch your weight instantly if you ever slip. When you combine your daily morning walk with these 3 quick floor and chair movements, something remarkable happens to your body. Your daily walks provide the oxygen, cardiovascular health, and mental joy that keep your spirit young. Meanwhile, the bridge, the leg extension, and the side tap build the structural armor that protects your joints, shields your spine, and stabilizes your balance. You no longer have to live with that quiet background fear of your knees buckling or your back giving out during a family trip. Let us go back to Clara, the 80-year-old patient who came into my clinic crying last month. We didn't give her heavy medications or tell her to stop walking. We simply added 5 glute bridges and 10 chair leg lifts to her morning routine while her coffee was brewing. 3 weeks later, she walked back into my office. But this time, she was not leaning on her son's arm. She walked in with a big smile, sat down, and told me she had stood up from her garden bench that morning without using her hands once. Your age does not determine how strong your legs can become. Your body is built to adapt, rebuild, and strengthen at 70, 80, or 90 years old, as long as you give it the right stimulus and stay consistent. Look at your daily routine today. Are you relying only on walking, or are you giving your hips the deep strength they actually need to keep you safe? Tell me in the comments if you are going to commit to trying 5 gentle glute bridges tomorrow morning. Type the word yes down below so I know you are taking control of your leg strength today. Take good care of your health, protect your independence, and I will see you in the next video.